Hey everybody, it's early at HiFi Town. Geez, I don't look too good today. I think I've got dark circles under my eyes. I was up late listening to these. These are University 315Cs, and they're from the late 1950s. And, you know, boy, you just don't see these very often. And University, there's a little bit a lack of awareness about University and amongst classic audiophiles and collectors, and that sort of modern audiophiles and DIYers, what have you. And you know, I've been doing audio so long that several decades ago, when these things were findable, you know, my dad and I would handle things like the Jensen G610. There's a picture of one without its cover. You know, a true electrical triaxial speaker, and it was. Alongside these, it was very expensive. Back in the mid-1950s, they cost about $2,000 each, inflation adjusted. And so did these. These were University's entry into the market sometime just after the G610 appeared. And you know, back in the 80s when these things were findable, I asked my dad, "Oh, we're finding all of these Altec 604s and G610s," and I said to him he'd heard everything and tried everything, and I asked, well, I said, who else made a triaxial in the 1950s other than Jensen? And he said, well, nobody other than University. And I said, wow, University made a triaxial, really big one. And he said, yeah, but it's rare. And I said, well, I excitedly asked, well, how does it sound? And why aren't they priceless? And he said, well, they're just pretty rare and uncommon, and not too many people know about them. So here you have it, a couple of fairly uncommon rare birds here. This is the C version, so it was updated sometime in the late 1950s. They were originally introduced in the mid-1950s, and they had a different look. By the time the C came out, they had been updated with kind of just a kind of a cool, a raw mid-century look, and University updated the tweeter / midrange driver here with its redesigned diffuser, which is just really cool. But just to go over a couple of things with the University. University marketed these as a true three-way speaker, and it was. The University's method for producing pure midrange was what they called the diffuser cone. So what University did was they basically, like some of the other companies kind of experimented with this technique, a cone within a cone or a speaker within a speaker. It has its own suspension right here along the perimeter. It's also a conical shape as well. So it acts as a mid-range horn. It acts as an independent speaker, and it has rolls here, and then it's got this perforated kind of like suspension edge that it floats in, and that's a little bit fragile. Sometimes through the years people mishandle them, and then they get fatigued a little bit. They're very solid though, and this one or maybe both of these speakers, they have a little, a couple little cosmetic issues on that perimeter here, but very straight otherwise, and solid, and they work well. So this cone within a cone kicks in at about 1,000 cycles. And really performs well. So that's the mechanical element of this three-way speaker system. I might have called this a triaxial earlier in this video. Really, they're not a triaxial. Jensen probably had that trademarked. So what this is University called these diffaxials in reference to the diffuser or the diffuser cone. But they were solidly sold, as you can see on the tag, the advertisements. They were three-way speakers. So here you have it, a three-way 15-inch all cast frame speaker system, rated 8 to 16 ohms, tube era, highly efficient. The earlier version had an all-paper surround here. As you can see here, we have a treated cambric edge here. So that was something that University moved into briefly beginning in the late 50s. So did other companies like Jensen and Altec. So University made a wonderful quality cast metal woofer. This was their heaviest woofer that they manufactured in their HiFi lineup and professional sound. And it's a really great woofer. So the foundations of this speaker are just solid as can be. And so Jensen also had a cast frame on their woofer. Theirs, they didn't use on the G610, they didn't use that woofer anywhere else. It was based on a 1930s like auto-tweaker design. And along came University later in the 1940s with their own designs. They were out of White Plains, New York. Later, in the 1960s and 70s, they moved to Oklahoma City and were kind of merged with a conglomerate company, and things got a lot less interesting by then. So I hope a little bit of the information was helpful here on these, I just wanted to say, do I think these are worth owning? Absolutely. They're just really cool speakers. And are they worth only half of the Jensen G610? No, they're worth more than that, and I think that's what makes them such a great investment item, really. And I have the same feelings of Waldo. I feel like I haven't had enough chance in my life to really listen enough to these and to really enjoy them. But just they're spectacular super speakers. They're well worth owning. If you're a collector, or if you just want a really, really nice integrated 15-inch size full range driver system that you can put in a medium-sized cabinet. I don't have time for this video, but you can put them in cabinets like the classic Carlson cabinet, or something better and bigger, like Jensen M-size cabinets, or even a large baffle you could do. It has to be big, but you could, you get nice lows out of these. And of course, this video test coming up, you're not going to hear a lot of low frequencies, because I have to test them open on a bench to get impedance versus frequency measurements independent of a cabinet enclosure or loading. And so that's why. So you're not going to hear a lot of bass coming out of these, but boy, get them in the right cabinet and you'll get the bass. So for now, just kind of like listen to the tempting and tantalizing mid-range and highs that you get out of this. And if this video helps you guys out, press the like button and subscribe. It will encourage me to make more. I have to take time out of sales work and photos to do these videos and to go over a little bit of the history. And you can always visit HiFiTown.com for more footage that I've shot over the years. And I know I'm getting close to about 80 videos of various things. The quality's improved over the years. If you guys hear any mic clipping, it's because the sound, they're so incredibly efficient. It might overload the mic at times, so just try to listen through that. And if you've got a speaker, you've got headphones, or whatever device you're listening to, it's relative. You will be able to judge the quality of reproduction that these have to some extent. Of course, it's not as good as live at all, but it will give you an indication of the quality and the efficiency that these speakers have. So thanks for watching, and here's the demonstration.
my sword and shield. Down by the riverside, I gonna study war no more. Ain't 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 gonna study war no more. I gonna put on my golden shoes down by the riverside, yeah, yeah. Down by the riverside, yeah, yeah. Down by the riverside, gonna put on my golden shoes down by the riverside. I'm gonna study war no more. Ain't 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 gonna study war no more. I'm gonna lay down my ruby down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my